do that, Dave. Wait, who's seeing me?
I've got him.
Did you hear that? Something was suspicious. I hear the beeping of a camera. Okay, we're gonna have a look at the map here. We're gonna see if we can figure out a better route, because this seems weird. No, look at this. This is the only way... This is the only direction. So there's lots of people patrolling here, but that is where we need to be. So maybe it's an idea... Yeah, that maybe is the idea, that you go in via here, and then only take these upper routes. And I'd have to go back out, cross, and go in here. The risk is, of course, that over there might just be an equal amount of, an equal number of guards.
I've got a possible visual.
Banan, that is what websites feel to me these days, though. I'm sorry, Dave. You have to fill in this captcha to make sure you're not a robot. I'm sorry, Dave. Could you point out all the street signs to me, please? Dave, is this the front of a house? Okay, instead of actually safely doing this, I just immediately reveal myself. I expose myself. Oh. Was that a quick save? I don't think that was a quick save. Okay, let's seriously try to sneak past this baby. Okay, so let's quick save over here. Who's seeing me? Okay, this was obviously bad, but I was already spotted, I think. Don't know who spotted me though, because there's no activity. Oh, we're good again. Okay, so we've lost the ghost bonus, but okay. Sure. What is below here? I want to know what this is. Maybe that guy spotted me.
Son of a bitch! We need help here!
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
Someone hiding over there.
That guy is huge.
Stop running! Where did you learn to shoot? I see you!
I can't believe I actually stayed alive that long. Okay, I was in a terrible position. The ones that I hate... Wait, what? The ones you hate are the ones that pick all the pictures in the outdoor sitting area, pick all the pictures in the sky with the clouds. Yep, exactly. One where you're thinking, well, this is a bench, but it's not an outdoor eating area. And you have stupid things like that.
Got a possible visual.
Do you now?
Stop! I see you!
Oh god. Wait, that's a gas grenade. I have the rebreather. Oh, you were already knocked out. Okay. So, I'm not gonna win any awards for my ghosting, but, I'm fine with having done this. I'm fine. Whoa! Somebody's still here. Nowhere, buddy. Nowhere. Don't worry about it. Seriously, did he just use his testicles as a punching bag? These guys are enormous. This is the worst sneaking I have done in quite a while.
Access granted.
More like using it for a speed back. Yes, that's what I was thinking of. Those those things. And yes, that was my impression of a speed back, and indeed my conception of what that's supposed to be. Damn it! Well, hello. That is another signal jammer? This is the tower itself. This is the signal jammer tower, and then you could hack it and move on over to the side. Ah, so nice. This game, I could have solved this so much better than I have so far. Okay, I'm not too happy about having revealed myself, but we are going to move forward with what we have. Because otherwise, if we keep trying to redo this just to get that perfect score, we're gonna be here all day.
Access granted.
Greetings, warrior personnel. I'm writing you for the second time this week in the hopes of receiving the requested equipment I outlined in my previous correspondence. And as of yet unidentified saboteurs compromising the integrity of my workstation with his or her blatant disregard for morality and common decency. In what is quickly becoming a recurring event, I've returned to my computer only to find it defiled with pornographic images. Images. I was almost saying imagery. These images, depicting humans engaged in gross acts of unnatural copulation with farm animals, is both an affront to my senses and an insult to the time-honored traditions of the misspelled agricultural industry. Not to mention respectable animal husbandry practices. Not that kind of husbandry. I ask only that you supply me with access to at least one device for electronic motion picture acquisition, ideally with both normal and low light recording capabilities, so that I may catch this purveyor of juvenile delinquency in the act. Your humble charge, Dwayne Crosby. Not gonna lie, I would love to draft an email like Dwayne's. Not to have that done to me, but just the style of it is beautiful. Clean packs. Do you know what I don't like about this? Packs, pacification. Makes me think of Firefly. Too soon, Firefly. Too soon. You're kidding me, you bunch of jerks. Why are there so many of you everywhere? It's like it's a base or something. Oh, hold T to mark. There we go. Quick save this baby. What? Oh god. Okay, I thought he couldn't see me there. Let's load that latest save. We need to be more stealthy than I have been so far. I mean, it goes without saying, but... I wonder if that will work on him. I mean, it did hit him, didn't I? Does it just take a while, or did I hit him in the armor? And does that mean it... Nope.
Hey, what happened?
What happened, buddy? Well... Night-night! That's what we call a full metal jacket. Okay, so the armor basically means it takes a while. Okay, buddy. I know you're having difficulties, buddy. Come on, come on. Let me pull you over here. Let me pull you over. There you go. Relax, but relax. Biomech lab? Oh god, were they performing experiments on them? I need to get up here. Cross. Let me check out the things on the right. Maybe go up first, because for some reason I always think that taking out the watchers at the top is easier, because the ones at the bottom don't have a good overview, whereas the ones at the top do. And then if you knock out the guards at the top, then you can basically work your way downwards, and I think that's easier. Or at least I find it easier. Oh, how can I unmark? I'd have to literally focus on them, wouldn't I? Unmark. Unmark. There we go. You're going to head out? Hey, why don't I thank you so much for hanging out with us. I really appreciate it. Happy did. Hope you have a good evening. Or day, I guess, if you're in America. Okay, we're not on the walkway. We might be able to explore this area fairly well. We're going to approach you from behind. There we go, there we go. Let's make sure we take that guy out first. There we go. That way he's not going to sneak up on us somehow. Here's new code for Colvin's office, 1504. Please try to keep this confidential. We've already received complaints from her concerning privacy and some stolen underwear. What's a sausage fest here on the ranch? But let's try to respect the few women we have on our section, right? That's weird. Playing some Mad Max on the side. Ooh, nice. How is Mad Max, Vaden? How are you liking it? I have it. Got it in a Humble Bundle. But haven't played it yet. He asked me to keep a close eye on electronic communication between our 5 newest arrivals. For the most part, they seem to be sticking to the guidelines you laid out for them, though there have been some questionable comments directed to the team leader. 5 new arrivals? Not too worried, because Shoei has warned them off immediately. Isolation seemed to be working. For everyone except the Russian, that is. He's attempted more than once to hack through our restriction protocols, get messages to the others. I expect it's going to become a serious problem. Huh. Supreme excellence consists in breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting. For now. Nice! We've been seeing this so much. How the fuck are we still getting Nigerian spam mail? Higgins, I want you to double check the proxy stack and make sure it's operating on spec. If our security has been compromised in any way... spelling error. I want to know about... In any way I want to know about... Comma supplies! Sitting on some sensitive data here, boys. Nigerians will be the least of our worries if our network is breached. Caspar. Contreras email accounts are getting Nigerian spam again. Really now. Let's get that unlocking device. Don't mind if I do. case we run into anything that is a bit too difficult or takes more speed. Playing Guild Wars 2 yourself? Yeah, see, that I can get for MMOs. That experience of playing it on the side, of you know, there are sort of calm activities. Well, I say calm, but I mean non-intensive activities. Wow, buddy, this is
Access granted.
that nuke. Let's turn off these babies, shall we? Mad Max is good indeed. Game looks great. Combat feels nice. Vehicular combat is fun. Like how they took the aesthetic of the latest film, just create their own story. Ooh, that is nice. I like how the latest film as well just went nuts. Just basically went, you know what? We're gonna make it a crazy over-the-top action film. I mean, the guy in front of the truck playing a guitar while strapped to what look to be bungee cords. Sure, I'm in. Whatever. That sounds cool. That's where we need to go. That is an elevator, which I'm hoping we will be able to take to the next floor. I think. Yeah, it's either that elevator or the staircase in the middle.
Right. Man of my time. Hey, Nicole today. What's she whining about now? Everything from the food. She's just trying to get on your nerves to see if you'll drop your guard. Don't let her get to you. Right. Good luck.
Perfect. Guild Wars 2 Instant Pass Mode MMO when it comes to grind. Every activity has its own story to go with it. Nice. Okay, let's see if I am in luck. Oh, wait, didn't I hit you? I thought I hit you. Don't want you sneaking back up on me, though. Which he probably will do as soon as he returns and basically says, well, guess that was nothing.
Access granted.
That is one of our scientists, isn't it? I don't know if they've been recruited by them or just, you know, forced to work for them. I think I can hack this.
Access
Yep,
granted.
okay. Okay, let's work on there. Let's work on this idea. But yeah, that's I think the thing you point out. That's exactly it for me. An activity needs to have story connected to it. Otherwise, it's just not interesting. Mia Colvin, resist them. You know what they're doing to us. Ah, that's the Russian Vasily Savchenko. You recognize the tactics. They're giving life by not taking it, keeping us isolated so that their truth becomes everything. She's being brainwashed, yeah. Can't work like this, Megan. How do they expect me to write a program to run on a buy-in chip that I haven't even seen the design for yet? I need to know the layout of the processors, otherwise I can't determine which threads should be suppressed and which should be allowed to stay active. Instead of controlling the damn crowd, I might as well end up reciting it to riot. Crowd control, mind control. See, I called it. You're thinking too narrowly. The positioning of the process is just a detail. It doesn't really matter. What matters is the input coming into the chip from the nervous system. That's what generating the individual and or multi-threads needs to suppress. Focus on isolating those patterns I think you might actually get somewhere. It is mind control. I knew it. I knew that is why I didn't want that replacement chip. Ooh, hello.
Get the hell out! This lab is off limits to you people.
Nice to see you too, Dr. Colvin.
What? Wait a second. I know you. You were Seraph's security guy. Way to protect our asses.
Hey, check the attitude, Doc. I nearly died trying to save you.
Oh, and now you're here to take me back. Well, maybe I don't want to go. Maybe I've got more here than I ever had at Seraph.
Would Vasily Savchenko agree with that? They executed him and dumped his body
Wait,
in a
what?
ditch.
That's not true.
Believe it. Unless
Wait,
these
what?
murderers have you so brainwashed, you don't mind building their toys.
It wasn't a toy. It was a software upgrade that limits functionalities in a biochip. They told me it was for crowd control. Is Vasily really dead?
Wait, when do
saw
we
the
see his
body?
body again?
What was left of it?
Oh my god. I should have listened to him.
Dr. Colvin, I need to locate the rest of the team. But Dr. Reed's GPL isn't broadcasting.
She's in the secured zone. There are guards everywhere.
Then I need a way to get the guards out. A distraction. Maybe a lab accident, what do you say?
After what those bastards did to Vasily? Of course. But one minor incident in this lab won't be enough.
No. But if a couple of other labs go up, simultaneously.
Declan and Eric. Of course. Interesting idea, Mr. Jensen. Ambitious, but risky. The timing will be critical.
I'll coordinate the attack. But you understand that this could all backfire.
I'm no shrinking violet, Mr. Jensen, but there may be another issue.
They're tracking your GPLs, aren't they? I've been wondering how to get around that.
Smart man. Just like Vasily. He had a plan to shut down their tracking and jamming protocols using a virus. Maybe Declan or Eric know something more about it.
Wait, what? They are here.
I haven't yet located Eric Koss, Dr. Colvin. Do you know where they're keeping
I
him?
know where they
He's
are.
working in a lab on the 3rd floor. There's an elevator that might get you there. It's on the 2nd floor, though,
We
and I
are
heard
on
the
the
guards say
2nd floor.
something about that floor being shut off. But then again, with those neuro enhancements of yours, you might find a way to get into it.
Hold on, is it me or is the game breaking up completely? I don't remember seeing Vasily's corpse. We are on the 2nd floor. I know where the other ones are. Am I doing something wrong here? Am I
Dr.
skipping
Faraday
things?
doesn't seem to be working in this building. Any idea where he is?
I think he's in the biomech lab next door. But you don't have to go outside to reach him. There's a skywalk that connects the two buildings. Maybe
Yeah,
you can
that one
use
I
it.
know.
Dr. Colvin, I need to know I can trust you. You seemed pretty happy to be here until I told you about Dr. Savchenko.
It's been 6 months, Mr. Jensen. Not long for you, perhaps, but how long can a person live in constant fear? Once they took us out of isolation, it just seemed easier to concentrate on the work.
Did all of you feel that way?
Vasily didn't. Maybe not Declan either, but the work we do here, the discussions, and the theories. I thought Seraph's projects were far-reaching, but the experiments I've seen going on here, it's the kind of stuff DARPA dreams up every day.
Only without governmental oversight keeping you in line.
I suppose I'm just a typical scientist to you, right, Mr. Jensen? Blindly pushing boundaries? No care for who's footing the bill or how our discoveries get made?
We all have to live with ourselves at the end of the day, Dr. Colvin.
You're right, of course. But were things so different in Detroit? We all know where those Seraph contracts came from, don't we?
Feeling when you
You
breach the
asked
camp
me
versus a
if you
group of
could
war
trust
boys
me.
and they've managed to win the brawl.
You can,
That does sound cool.
but you better get on with this.
Sure, things are broken, things should be able to continue. I think the same, Vaynen. I think we...
Okay, wait
We
for
can
my
at least
signal,
get going.
Dr. Colvin. When your GPL starts to vibrate, set off the distraction.
I understand. And I'm sorry for what I said earlier.
I think there may be a little bit of a change in the dialogue, just compared to, what's actually been happening. Okay, that's to get here from the lower level. I don't need that, though. I need to continue in the lift. I just wonder whether this indicates that I shouldn't have been able to talk to her here yet, or I should have met her somewhere else. These samples are amazing. Fragments are definitely human, but present some peculiar, albeit tacit particularities. I have to say, this could be it. This could be the break we were waiting for. problems with the transfixion. So, it's again, this goes beyond simple augmentation reduction. It could modify augmentation as we know it. Inform Mr. Page! So again, I wonder if Reed is providing them with the samples, my DNA samples. Because that's the mystery that has not been answered yet. There just seems to be... Adam Jensen seems to be manufactured somehow, or at least genetically engineered. Because if you remember, that was the whole thing about, you know, Adam Jensen's real parents. And it, as Alex pointed out last time, very childish perspective on who your parents are and what parents are. And what the relationship to parents is. But the idea that his biological parents apparently went in and quote-unquote saved the day by basically resisting and sort of upending the laboratory, which allowed... Oh, is this not the... oh yeah, it is at the end. Which allowed Adam Jensen to be raised, curiously, by the Jensens. Whatever his first name was. Wait, what? Okay, well, fortunately, I should be able to... There we go. With my strength. That is pretty nice. A way for an augmentation to actually make a significant difference. I like, by the way, the whole lab being cleaned up. Delgado and the Stimoceiver. Excerpt from a lecture given by Hudero at Bonn Rhein-Sieg University in March 2016. I'd like to tell you another story I find absolutely fascinating. This one involves Dr. Jose Manuel Rodriguez Delgado, a Spanish professor at physiology at Yale University. Delgado's research interests centered on using electrical signals to evoke specific responses in the brain. His earliest work was with cats, but later he performed experiments with monkeys and humans. Much of the experiments centered around an invention he called a Stimoceiver, a radio which joined a stimulator of brain waves to a receiver that monitored EEG waves before sending them back on separate radio channels. This allowed the subject of the experiment full freedom of movement, while also allowing the experimenter to control the experiment. Delgado used his Stimoceiver to stimulate emotions and attempt to control behavior. Exactly what they're doing here. In one test involving 4 patients, he stimulated points in the amygdala and hippocampus to produce a variety of effects, including pleasant sensations, elation, deep, thoughtful concentration, odd feelings, super relaxation, colored visions, and other responses. Delgado later stated that brain transmitters can remain in a person's head for life. The energy to activate the brain transmitter is transmitted by way of radio frequencies. How a security officer from Seraph can have such an elaborate origin story. Yeah, it's so unique, isn't it? He's an orphan, he doesn't know his parents. I mean, that's amazing. I think that's revolutionary for an action hero. Because normally they have these very long prequels and they engage in very detailed description of the individuals involved. Hi there, fellas.
We're working as fast as we can. This pressure you're putting on us doesn't help, you know.
Well, finish your work.
You don't look like the other security people. Did they call you in to deal with the smugglers? I know they've tried to enter the ranch before.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly it. Ha! You're so clever. There you go, buddy. I notice you're not wearing your corporate issue trousers anymore. Before I talk to you, though, I want to hack your PC because I need to know exactly what it is you've been saying. Sevchenko, yes. Courage, my boy. Eric, I don't know where they're keeping you, but rest assured you are not alone. Declan and I are being forced to work in a micro-gym building. Separately, of course, but from time to time our paths have crossed. I intend to get us out of here. If there's any way for you to slip a note to the morgue telling Declan where you are, then do it. Find a way to get you home, son. Stay strong.